Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. 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 Win Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome.
What up? How it do? 9 o'clock. Oof. Boy, these pre-productions are getting longer and longer. It's gonna be a short one, but it's gonna be a good one. How's everybody doing that day? Everybody get the joke? Escape artist. Derp. I thought it was pretty funny. What do you guys think? Digging the vibe? A little escaped artistry? Many of you guilty of the habits that bring you to the brink before you tighten up your shit to dig yourself out of the trench, and then you start flying high, then you take your foot off the gas, and you're back in the soup again. A lot of people live that roller coaster, you know, so they always kind of live at their means. They never really thrive, they just survive. So that's kind of the idea behind, you know, that theme, is that, you know, I see a lot of people coming to Eco do amazing. You guys see these scorecards, right? And it directly references talking about this, you know. Lots of folks start off like this here. And when they start to get really proficient and start to knock out crazy amounts of these, the habits that got them to this place stop happening. You take their foot off the gas, you take a break. There's a few people in this who really mentioned coming back and getting back into their habits. And I can't imagine that you would ever go from not understanding how markets work and mechanics to employing such precise risk-adjusted approaches to entering price and ever stop doing what made such a change for you. You know, many of you came here. You never know how to draw something that gave you a 21R return on something that you risked, and structure it this way to be done in moments. You know, what the person say here? Use the intel from the EU session. 44 minutes of work to get his day done. Why would you ever stop the habits that got you to a place where you could do this? Unless you're living your life as an escape artist, right? putting yourself into fucking danger and then fucking digging yourself out and becoming a hero in your own story. That's the way most people live. It's not the thing to do, you know. We see it in real estate. See guys sell like 4 or 5 houses, made $30,000-$50,000 a month. They fucking vanish for 2 weeks. They spend the money they made. They blow up the other couple deals they had left. They end up having no money the next month. Then they have too much obligations booked. Then they panic. Then they go back and start working hard, which is the habits that made them make the 50 G's in the first place. Consistency fucking wins over time, you know. Remember, that's how the fucking tortoise beat the hare, right? Wasn't that he was hauling ass. Is that he had a consistent habit over time. So, something that a point I wanted to make for folks in the eco acolytes, right? We are definitely humming along at a crazy pace. We're efficient. We've got, you know, the intel that we deliver, whichever platform we choose to deliver it, is consumable. You guys can take it, use it, spin it around. And I'm seeing, you know, fantastic results from the few who are really active. But again, it's a few. We have, you know, probably about 5 times as many acolytes that are currently in the room than actually show up. And guys, don't make it a gym membership. You know, I don't really want your $50. I'd rather have you guys doing this. This showcases something to the planet that no one is doing, right? For retail audiences. I took you guys off the couch and I turned you into professional grade traders, not just mom and pop, like fucking like lethal fucking machine level traders. Oh, shout out to Finn. This is a fucking fire ass collage. I forget what you call these things specifically. It's like a mosaic done with like images from the shows. Check this out. How cool is that? Pretty dope. Give that guy a retweet if you see that one. He also did this one too. I didn't make this one. This one's cool. He did this one in the shape of what used to be. Okay. What the fuck? Okay. This used to be my old avatar back in the days inside my Hangouts and stuff. So this one's also pretty dope. I definitely like this. This is an OG favorite. Mirror face, you know. Lets you think about yourself when you talk to this guy. What was I saying though? But yeah, guys. So, you know, if you ever get to a place where like this becomes something routine and gets boring, that's good that it's easy to do. But don't change the habits of showing up, enjoying, celebrating shares wins, studying the plays and entries that you make, refining the entries you make versus the ones other people made in the same assets, so you keep getting better and better, right? This is what keeps you improving over time. This scumbag, fucking Gensler, don't get me started with that shit this morning. That's a fucking escape artist right there, motherfucker. Shout out to everybody throwing some bits this morning. Garrett, Peace Outside, John Wayne, Kenichi. Oh wow, there's a bunch of you guys. Appreciate everybody. Joe Malomo and Server, big respect. So I got 120 here. It's I don't think I had a war story last time I looked, so I don't think I have a lot of time consumed right there. Let me look real quick one more time. We have no economic numbers we care about today. Don't have anybody speaking we care about. Let me look. Friday. Nope, nothing we care about today. And no war stories. Guess they're all on the scorecards. But yeah. Definitely see everybody putting up some wins in there. So make sure you guys show up in the pods when we do Web3. Definitely been a vibe to do that for everybody that's been in there. Try to keep it fun. With you guys there in 3D, don't be afraid to like do your own thing too. Because remember, we created a game room. You can always like leave the main floor and go play games and take a chill. And take like a lunch break literally inside that place. So don't forget to use the other places we have in there. And I'll definitely be putting some more amenities together that become available. All right. Where are we at? So boy, yesterday had a crazy reversal. So remember in inner space we talked about like paying attention to the people around you, and like those people could be hugely informational. So some of you guys started to get some messages about people like looking at crypto, right? Or like that's always dangerous. Check this out. So like yesterday, literally, you guys know where we were. Let me flip this chart upside down. Crypto. Oh yeah, I gotta fix that. Not him. So we talked on the show. For many of you guys that watched last show, right? We pointed out for you guys the bull flag rotation on crypto. So congrats on everybody who played that. BTC also, right? We showed you both of these guys and said, you know, there's a chance that the market could follow crypto based on the way this looks, which it did. Got a small pump, but this midday reversal, check this out. So this came, where's the top of this? This market move comes like in the morning. This is, 9 o'clock the previous night. This correction comes down here in the morning, and then you recoil up at 11 o'clock before like Armageddon hits. Right, and everything tops out and stops on a dime about 10 or so in the morning. Just then. This is 9:40 a.m. It's just an hour before that happens. Bro wants to stick 2K in crypto. Remember I told you pay attention to your friends that don't remember anything about you in crypto? It's always the funniest shit. Just got this from a guy I know from college. I'm ready. It's been months. It's so fucking funny, isn't it? And they don't mean to be the empty space. It's just a thing people do. Don't ask me what that means right there. But that's always a sentiment thing. For a lot of guys in the room, if you're in Trading Lounge acolytes, you guys got the sentiments that we told you to watch out for in inner space and fucking were able to dodge a bullet when this thing came off a fucking cliff. But yeah, you know, once those guys show up to buy it, who they gonna sell to? They're the latest guys in the room. So always pay attention to information all around you, right? Izzy said OPEX today. OPEX can be really, really fucking volatile, janky days. So be aware of that. It can just gyrate all over the place. Sim said markets are closed Monday for President's Day. So it's a 4-day trading week next week. And I didn't even realize I had a 3-day weekend this weekend. Motherfucker. Son of a bitch. I did not realize that. Oh well. Gonna have to figure out something to do there. Good shit. All right. Shout out Tonic. So... all right, it is 9:10. Time for some warp speed macro things. So, you guys kicked some ass in the pods on Tuesday, doing prep and stuff in there. I think we had some good intel in there yesterday also. How are you guys liking the guys that are participating in the on cyber experiment? How are you guys liking that? Is anybody having problems with your PC just not allowing you to be in there? It's been a definitely crazy vibe, and we had some really amazing intel in there, and some really good days come out of it. So I'd like to know more people are able to jump into that. There are some computers that are struggling right now, but I'm telling you, that's a trading for like no other one out in the world right now. It's first of its kind. So if you're on it, it's been fucking pretty amazing. What's that guy back there? See those ranges on the screen? Perfect trading ranges we give you right inside Web3, baby. If you pay attention. Never a dull moment. And the bear flag we told you guys to watch out for is potential. We gave a projection here. He pumped to the highest range we had. And we said keep this angle on here. Potential for a bear flag. Got the sentiment from your friends. Dump bar. So now we watch this situation as it develops, right? This is still tied to like this projection. So we are pulling back, really looking back. This is a bear flag in the very zoomed in resolution. If he holds anything above this floor, that's a bear trap. And then if he rotates up from that, right, he's still a bull flag. I thought he should violate the angle more severely. So now this is a much more severe violation. If he can recover from this though, right, that's extremely bullish. So remember, keep it in context. We're still above his version of the phantom zone, right? Go to SPY. The SPY's range over here is oscillating in this area, which is a phantom zone. But that area kind of corresponds to the Qs right now. And it's actually more lined up with this crazy megaphone pattern. This is a megaphone of, let me turn that off. Yeah, this is a crazy megaphone pattern before we dump bar down here and then rallied into the highs of the year. The Qs were the stronger guy, so they outpaced that range a lot compared to the diamonds and to the spies. So I kind of want to keep that range as focused right now. That's the thing that supports where we are. The diamonds are just really stuck in dog shit hell right now, so not really watching those at the moment. But this right now supports this entire system, right? So if we get a bull flag that forms above this, it's still bullish, right? So as bad as the correction looks right now, we're keeping eyes open for that. The near-term sentiment read is a lot of people got FOMO yesterday. So I have to see what it takes to make them stop looking, right? BTC, so ugly pattern, right? Big expanding range here. You get this, it looks a lot like you see when you see like fucking the FOMC. There's a high of the range, low of the range. You let him do his bullshit in the middle, and then he's gonna pick a side, right? We never make the guy going up that color. And that's what we'll wait for. I'm on 20 minutes. I never use that resolution. So that's what we got right now. We got a little fucking FOMO that showed up here. And so that's a little dangerous. We keep track of the uptrend that got us here. This is your worst case scenario. You're hoping he maintains more of a trajectory like the one he's got going right here. And ETH, still watching this range. We told you to watch how he would play this out. So what we showed you last time to watch was bull flag rotation that happened here, but we're still trapped inside this purple range, which is on our old trigger, and he hasn't cleared that yet. So let's see. We had a high angle, and this is kind of angle you watch now. If he stays outside of this and rotates back through this, you pay attention right now. But looks a little janky. He might take some more time, figure out what it takes to shake that sentiment, like I said. But this is the area we're still watching. I'm still watching the strong dudes in crypto, like Matic. If you guys pay attention to this motherfucker, he's definitely worth keeping an eye on. He's your big crypto strength right now, and so like this is kind of like bullish as far as I think to the rest of crypto while we watch ETH kind of congest up on that level. So keeping crypto in focus. Again, those DMs said I want to put money in crypto, but no one sent the message that I bought some coins yet. So also keep sentiments in context, right? Okay, so that's very crypto specific. DXY things. We talked about this rotation possibly on the angle for this dude. And, right? So bull flag happened about exactly where we thought he should happen. And then he pumped out. And I told you if you watch that was going to let the euro keep rotating this crazy angle. He was kind of too steep. He needed to kind of chill his angle out. So he's began that rotation over to this angle of attack, right? So pretty good projection, right? From where we projected this guy. GBP is, I think, been the weaker of them. So he reflects the same bear flag. Then USD yen, we talked about him also. Pay attention to this guy. So hopefully some of you were able to catch some of this. And the yen's like we talked about in the pod on Tuesday. These guys reflect some interesting spots. I think we talked about in the show first, but this kind of looks interesting overall for like the yen basket. So keeping an eye on that also. That's DXY. The VIX things. VIX things are. So again, we're watching this. We said this is big danger. If he 2B the bottom of this range. This is where the big dump into Christmas happened, into November and December happened. And so right here, if you look at this, you 2B'd out the low, rotated the angle, and then if he follows the DXY getting stronger, he likely goes back up to 21. So he's right up against it now this morning. So we want to see how he interacts. If he holds 21 and goes back down, we could pump that little pullback we see in the market right now. If not, we pull back a little bit and chill some of those FOMO sentiments out. So yeah, that's it, right? Did I get everything? VIX, crypto, SPY. Well, we already talked about that already. Yeah, that's basically it. Holy shit. Did we get all that? That was pretty fast, right? The ultra fast recap. Boy, there's some shit if I didn't have the screen on, wouldn't it? I had the screen on, didn't I? That would be just wrecked if I didn't have the screen on. Let's see. All right, cool. All right, just checking. Somebody asked the RVI last time, the Russian VIX. So I didn't get to it last time, so I'll get to it right now first. So we had the RVI drawn before. I don't have all the little notations from when I posted it, but here we go. All right, so been some strength to that guy. Our VIX has been resilient, and like VIXs around the world are rather correlated too. So I do like to watch these guys, on top of each other and see what they're doing. So if we see the VIX like rush is skyrocketing, and it's not like something super specific to them. It's definitely like a warning sign, in other marketplaces when you see that in any VIX that's like in the major economies of the world. So looking at this right now, his pump on here is pretty extreme without it being reflected in USA. So if this is actually going to play catch up with something as violent as that'd be worthy of of caution. Again, if we go to 21, we're paying attention to the VIX, so we don't know that that's got to play catch up on that. And this looks kind of pumped out. So if he stalls at least, then it allow for both VIXs to pull back if the more extreme Russian one pulls back. But long story short, while you're watching this, it's just like we watch over here, right? It's still a bull flag. And you got this insane old wick over here. I don't know what that is, some fucking glitchy shit, but it's still a bull flag, right? And this is what they always say with VIXs. It's kind of like a countdown to Armageddon every time. Last, how to put you in the low. Sorry. So yeah, we do want to pay attention if he gets on top of this and starts to do some shit up here. Jesus fucking Christ. If he does that, big caution. It's a stupid color. We'll use red arrows to denote bad things. Alright, so VIX pump is bad for the rest of the planet down there. Alright. Silver. We have SLV, I think we did that for silver. We did that over here, SLV. So SLV, yeah, we have that. So this is how we have silver. So we're looking at him with precious metals, right? There's a lot of stuff going on with metals. Been watching Euro. This guy's had crazy strength, right? Non-precious metals, rare earth metals, all have had pretty crazy strength, and they're all in like their own respectively large bull flags. So looking at this guy, he's in his own like it also. GLD is also, right, and much stronger, much higher to this level right here. One thing I tend to watch is SLV, GLD, silver gold ratios. When there's real like alpha, in the precious metals market, you'll tend to see silver outperform gold, and he's kind of been dragging ass. And a lot of people are kind of waiting for that like metals bull market, but as long as like silver keeps on being like weak as fuck on gold like this, kind of doesn't seem like it's really there yet. But still worth keeping track of. These larger res bull flags like are attempting to rotate. It looks like it's beginning the early stages of that, so I would keep it on your radar on like big res. Diamonds Dow Jones looks like asshole, so that's the technical term. He looks like really big butthole. So here we had this crazy megaphone like range. He had this like very stable range, a couple highs and low wicks out of it. I said pay attention to it, like good contact here, good contact here. I'm not sure why the fuck I circled that, but this is the level right here you care about. Contact here, right? So this little base that we've got on this zone is worth paying attention to just for like support reasons. So right, had a flag under here that never failed, and then we sat on top of this. So you have this really stable range on the Dow right now, and I think the Dow is best left alone until he gets the fuck out of this shit. Let me fix that. So I think the Dow is kind of like hands off while he's sitting in this range, and this whole range right here, this is like his own like nightmare zone, fuck a phantom zone. This shit lasted forever. When he gets above here, above Supreme Beams trigger here, or back under here, I think the Dow's going to be a better idea to fuck with. If you could clear this stable range right now, there's definitely some stuff like Caterpillar and Deere that, like, you know, would probably catch strength if industrials were to get out of this shit they're in right now. But for right now, I think this kind of drag you see on these dudes is that really stable range you see on the Dow. So on big reses though, you know, these guys, a lot of these guys look really good, but you need another industrials move before they're going to really tear ass again. KWEB 923, going as fast as I can. KWEB, I think I have KWEB somewhere else. That's not it. Okay, so this is KWEB. So KWEB, like, you know, like things in China. We talked about Baidu. Huh. When did I do that chart? Because that's not the one I used. Baidu? What the fuck is this? I must have done that forever ago. All right, this floor is way up here. Let's put it back here. It came all the way down, and we gave a projection for this other floor. So this is OG, right? Just having a shockwave right here, a zone projected off of him, and then another huge bull flag, which he did go down and then violate. And we gave you guys this sheet to pay attention to. So like this sheet right here, you know, Baidu and most things over there are pretty well correlated. So I was looking at this guy for potentially rotating off of this trigger level. He's stalled. He hasn't quite rotated. He's kind of just churning right now. And I would say, like, looking at Baidu, you're kind of looking at like that for KWEB. Right, structurally like identical right now. So this entire bull flag you're seeing right here is kind of the chill that's going to be going on in a lot of guys that are in KWEB. Right? So you look at Baba, Baidu, all these guys, they're all stalling in the same spot. So I think if you're watching all these dudes, you can kind of use them kind of to give yourself, like, you know, some confirmation across assets. This guy looks kind of ugly. Well, that's what I do. KWEB. Then if you look at that range now, I think then you're totally watching, like, you know, that motherfucker. There he goes. Yeah. The hell? Oh, sorry. My screen was like stuck. So you keep eyes on the same level we marked on Baidu, right? So he rotates back up through that. That would be pretty bullish. Is 925. Cutting it close. USD JPY already showed you that. RVI already did that too. FSLR. We've got this guy somewhere, big res. I think it's here, FSLR. Yeah, remember this guy? Did this guy back in 2019 for you. Solar, bitches, energy crisis. So everything, energy, right? So flag on top of last range we gave you, bull flagging up. He's a pretty serious markup from here. This is really where the pump is coming from in this most recent push. So like this is kind of like gotta be played at the res you got, right? Up here, dealing with this flag last is all you could really play with. If he corrects bigger, you want to be available to kind of replan for that. So if the pump stays on and the market like pushes some more, he could stay at this crazy trajectory. And you could play him probably down here, like, you know, like a couple hours and shit, and try to play a bull flag on this. But if you want, like, you know, if he gives you a bigger correction, he'll probably be a better setup for you than if you missed it to this point. Jesus Christ, that's terrible. So yeah, anything is possible. All right, so almost out of time here. I'm gonna get them all in Oxy. 926 Oxy. We talked about this projection on Oxy a while ago. So certain parts of energy, dirty energy, are strong. Certain parts are not. We thought this guy was kind of leaning out. Lots of Buffett news also is trapped in here. There's a chance he rotates to a lower trajectory and takes his time in this consolidation before he goes up. And he kind of seems like he's beginning to, you know, show signs of doing that. So watching this projection right now to see if he actually, you know, just changes the angle of attack and continues to uptrend on a higher res. But these guys are all on, like, you know, retardo reses like this. And then the last guy you gave me was USIRYY. United States inflation rate. Okay. Well, one, do you trust this thing for what data they use in it? But if you had to look at it just on a technical basis, let's say we don't know shit else about it. Got a kind of conical, you know, setup like this right now. You're definitely not good. Well, and, you know, and I guess at a deflationary explosion, you could go down there. No, you know, like with this something like this right now, I'd say, can we establish a range that this guy? They don't give me anything else, huh? I think he stays outside this band. He has the ability to spike much higher, and that's what Putin's attack is trying to do, is force it into like an inflationary explosion and weaken our currency. So I think as long as you remain outside those bands, you know, you can actually see even, you know, more inflation. Again, the Fed is attempting to basically stop us from having one of these runaway spikes right now, and in the nearest of terms, it looks like they're succeeding their goals by the increments that this is measured in. So I don't see any pullbacks of that scale breaking out of this range before. Pretty much if that pullback's that big, it usually means they shut it down. So looking at this right now, you know, you say just looking at what we've seen before, we've never seen a pullback like this. But if this is a bull flag that sits on top of this range and turns up again, yeah, we could have a runaway freight train inflation if this happens again. So interesting chart, but at the resolution I'm looking at it here, I don't find too much utility in that thing. All right, 9:29 in 40 seconds. Took you right to the bell, motherfuckers. You guys all set? Get all that? Hope you guys had a killer week in Web3 and in Discord. We'll try to get a schedule for a concept call next week. I was a little burned out this week, so couldn't quite manage that with everything else. But I'll get us on docket for a concept call next week. 9:30, motherfuckers. Stay safe. Catch you on the flip. Peace out.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly.